Hello, greetings once again, my beautiful beer babies, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Randy's Beer Garden. Today we're looking at the second of our 12 beers of Christmas, gearing up for the holiday season, and it's been a fun couple of days. I am a little bit sad today, learning of the passing of the great comedy legend Rob Reiner, who left a huge impact on my life, especially early on. I was a huge fan of All in the Family, a huge fan of The Princess Bride. Later on, a huge fan of so many of his films and TV work. And he was just a genius. He was a comedy genius. And, it's sad to see the way that his legacy is sort of being tarnished right now. But I've always loved his comedy. I've loved his films and his movies. And this episode is dedicated to the memory of the great Rob Reiner. So, anywhoosie, on with the holiday fun. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Southern Tier's Old Man Winter, which has some really, really cool can art that I will be featuring in the thumbnail for this video. It's a 7.5% ABV winter ale. It's weird. It's weird because it's it's very similar to the winter lager that we looked at yesterday, the Freedom Brew stuff, but it's got its own sort of thing going on. It's a little bit pinier. Well, we'll get there. We'll pine for the fjords in a few minutes here. Let's crack this can. Little spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure the next review is going to be out of a bottle, so in case you're wondering. Very little gas escaping from there, almost none. Yeah, it smells a lot like that winter lager. It really does. Maybe a little bit lighter even in aroma. There's not as much of that caramel or licorice kind of smell to it. It's a little bit more crisp in the aroma. It's a 7.5% ABV, 83 on Beer Advocate, which I think is appropriate, probably about what I would give it, based on what I've tried. So without further ado, we will pour the beer here so that you can really get a good look at it. That last one I poured way too aggressive. Well, not way too aggressive, a little too aggressively. This one you can see there's a head forming, but it's not huge. It's pretty standard size. Beautiful color. A little bit lighter, I think, perhaps, than the Freedom Brew. These guys, of course, Southern Tier, are based in New York State, Lakewood, New York. And I've enjoyed a lot of their various offerings over the years. They make a 15-pack called Overpacked that I've always enjoyed because it's just a really good bargain. I want to say it's only recently they raised the price to be competitive with other brewing companies, but it used to be like $15-16 for a 15-pack of like craft stuff. And, that's hard to come by these days, a bargain like that. It just looks very tempting, very inviting, very in line with the style. Once again, maybe like a little bit of like a brown sugar, and that's about it. Like very light in the aroma as compared with the Freedom Brew. Let's dive on in, shall we? See, to me, calling this Old Man Winter is a little bit of a misnomer because it does not taste like old man beer. It doesn't have that Budweiser or Miller Coors thing going on. It's very lacking in any kind of corn or any of those really pale malts. This is definitely something that you want around this time of the year. It's got those heavy, spicy notes. It's got a little bit of a caramel or a burnt sort of brown sugar going on. Definitely pine. You can definitely taste the pine. The piney hops coming through, which I think, a certain demographic is definitely going to appreciate. Is it my favorite thing? Not so much. Like I dig it, and I think it indicates that this is a very high quality product. But is it my favorite thing? Not really. Like it's very different from Old Fezziwig. It's not as spiced. It's a much more direct, almost IPA like kind of flavor. And for that, I gotta say, it's fantastic. If what you want is something that's light and crisp and also 7.5%, this is a good option. Yeah, and the more of it I'm drinking, the more of the sort of sweetness comes through from this. And there's like zero alcohol burn. So for something that's 7.5%, that's pretty impressive. Like most 7.5% alcohol beers that I enjoy on a regular basis, I can tell that I'm drinking something that's 7.5% because generally I like things that are lower in ABV. But this is quite quaffable. I can see, putting down maybe two or even three of these on Christmas night. You know what I mean? Along with probably a few too many cookies. Yep, it is lovely. As I said, I think the name is a little weird. I think they should probably call it something more like Wascally Wabbit Winter Ale or something. Like it's it's got a kind of a cartoonish sort of ambiance. It's a little wacky. It's different for the season. It's not another winter warmer or a spiced ale or a cider or whatever. It's very much its own thing. And I think that that's cool, and I wish that Southern Tier would embrace it a little more. Kind of like what Trogs has done with that Mad Elf, which I've never been a fan of. This is really, really good, and I feel like they could build on this flavor and make something truly unique and special. Like if there was like a praline version of this or something, I think that that could be really, really interesting. But thank you so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And I'll see you in the next one. For now, Merry Christmas and Auf Wiedersehen.